Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the starting lineups for Revere. Number 1, Lindsay Anderson. Number 2, senior guard Erica Cheever. Senior forward number 12, Chloe Giordano. Senior guard number 22, Catherine O'Donnell. And sophomore guard, Skylar DeSimone for the Revere Patriots. And their head coach is Matt Willis. And now for the Lynn English Lady Bulldogs at guard. Number 3, Rosie Cheng. At forward, senior number 10, Maylin Echeverria. At forward, a senior number 23, Jessica Ruiz. At guard, a sophomore number 4, Kalia Reynoso. And at forward, number 15, a senior, Michaela Johnson. Their head coach is Mackenzie Charles. And Lynn English comes in with a record of 5-1. They're 4-0 in the Northeastern Conference, and they'll be battling the Revere Lady Patriots this evening. This is actually a back-to-back game, a rare back-to-back. They played last night against the Winthrop Lady Vikings, and it was a tight contest. They pulled away in the last quarter and won by, I believe it was 12. So back-to-back home games here. And we're just about ready to get underway as both teams are huddling up here. One change in the starting lineup is Rosie Cheng is in tonight in place of Juliana Perry, who I noticed was limping at the end of last night's game. So we'll see. She may have either sprained an ankle, injured, some kind of leg injury, and Rosie Cheng is stepping in there tonight, and we're just about ready. So here we go for Northeastern Conference girls basketball. We're here at the Paul Cavanaugh Fieldhouse. Quickly, Jessica Ruiz with a shot won't go. And for Revere, let's set their lineup. With the ball, number 24, that is Skylar DeSimone. Number 12 with the ball is Chloe Giordano. They throw it out. Number 2, Erica Cheever. Number 1, Lindsay Anderson. And who am I missing here? And 22, Catherine O'Donnell, as they pick up three-quarters court. And Michaela Johnson, trapped in the corner, gets the ball across to Maylin, and they set up Revere in a 2-3 zone, get it inside to Echeverria. Nice move, but a little too strong along the baseline. And quickly, English drops back, and they are going man-to-man. Johnson out. Good hands by Johnson as she steals it away. 1-on-2, let's see, just off the rim, but Kalia Reynoso goes up, not tall, but goes up, grabs the board and puts it back for the first points of the game, and English is up 2-0. English ball, here's Reynoso, pushing the pace, goes right, little runner, and Kalia with 2 quick ones. Lynn English goes on top 4-0. Michaela, tough defender all over Giordano. Good rebound as English with a height advantage and a strength advantage. Revere with some pretty wiry. Woo, Michaela from the corner. It's a 3 when she gets hot. She and Reynoso have the ability to break a game open. Nice give and go. Back out from the corner. Doesn't draw iron. That was Lindsay Anderson. And it's been all English here early, 7-0. 2 buckets by Reynoso and a 3 by Johnson. Gets it inside nicely, and Jessica Ruiz finishes, and quickly Revere calls timeout we're a minute and a half into the game, and it's English pitching a shutout, 9-0. And head coach Matt Willis decides to settle down the team and see if they can figure out a way to stop them. So far it's been Reynoso with 4, Johnson with a 3, and just now Jessica Ruiz with a lay-in. Nice pass inside. As I mentioned, the Lady Bulldogs coming off of a victory last night, in which they were challenged by Winthrop. In the end, they were able to hit it. They weren't hitting last night. Michaela Johnson had a cold evening. She hit 1 or 2 towards the end of the game, which were key. Rosie Chang hit a 3 in the last minute or 2 as English pulled away. But lots of turnovers for both teams, but balanced scoring. 4 players scoring 10 points, 9 or 10 points apiece. So here we go. English looks like they're in a 2-3 zone now. Switched it up. Ooh. Nice try by Euro step, but they lose the ball, and Michelle Johnson. Dish to Reynoso. Pretty dish. Johnson to Reynoso for another 2. And Kalia with 6 quick points here. And it's 11-0. Now English back into, they came out in the zone, now they're back in the man-to-man, trying to confuse Revere. I'm not sure they need to do that too much at this point. Revere has not scored yet. And whoa, a wild shot by O'Donnell. And Chang in the starter's role as Nia Sams and Raven Rapley getting ready to check in here on the bench. English throws it away. So Sam's in for Ruiz, and Rapley is in for Echeverria. Nice switch there by Rapley. She's a tough defender. All over Giordano, who can't shake her. A lot of one-on-one moves, and they're not shaking that. A tough defense. Shot clock down to 5 as finally Revere. English knocks it out. 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and the individual moves are not working for Revere against this defense. They don't realize, and the clock's going to run out as English defense just smothered them. That ball was thrown up by Erica Cheever at the last minute. So we have Sam's playing at the high post to Johnson all alone. Nothing but net. And English firing on all cylinders here. Long pass caught by the ref. And we got another timeout here, as I guess whatever he called in the last timeout didn't seem to work. It was 9-0 then. It's 14-0 now. And the head coach for Revere, Matt Willis, is shaking his head, scratching his head, trying to come up with something. He's got 2 replacements about to come into the game. But so far there are 3 minutes and 25 seconds left in the first quarter, and Revere has not cracked the scoring column yet. I know the JV game was, I believe the final score was 41-4 for Lynn English. So this allergy to scoring may be contagious. They might have caught it from the JV, but they need to do something. This game far from over, but so we have number 10 In for Revere, Alasia Lung, and number 15 is Amaya Yardi-Leiden. English now in a 1-1-3. And they steal it away, steal it back. They're on the ground, and it's a scrum. And we're going to, good hustle there. That time, the timeout was called by Lynn English. I think Coach Charles was reacting to the new defense they threw at him. So we'll see, though. I believe they called that a jump ball. I'm not sure. Let's see which way the possession arrow. Possession goes over to Revere, so they'll come out with the ball. But it's been all English so far here, as Michaela Johnson 2 for 2 from behind the arc, and Kalia Reynoso able to penetrate. Jessica Ruiz inside. Everything that they drew up so far has worked. And here come the Lady Bulldogs out on the court, and we have now it looks like Revere back in their 2-3 zone that they started with. Sam's underneath. Reynoso. This is Chang quickly to Johnson, looking to work it inside as Sam's, can't get set up. This time Johnson on the other side, a little too strong as she switched from one side to the other. Little too strong on the 3. Quickly down court. Number 23 is in now. That's Soleil Young, and she couldn't handle the ball. So Young in, and Revere with a 2-2-1 trap. Trying a little bit of everything here, and they get it to Johnson at midcourt, and she brings it up in the corner. Ooh, just misses. That's number 22 for English is Maddie Lorino. Tossed up a 3, a little strong. So for English, we have Michaela Johnson and Kalia Reynoso are joined by Sams, Rapley, and Lorino. Nice move. Number 3 is Alana Nelson. So Revere has now played 10 players here in the first quarter. Back to Sams. Doesn't draw in, but Reynoso with the rebound, sticks her nose in, puts the ball back, and gets hit. Kalia Reynoso all over the court. She plays a lot bigger. Only a sophomore. That foul. Reynoso is good. That foul was on Nelson. Alana Nelson. Cheever brings it up. Nelson with Reynoso all over. A drive. That time we'll get a foul on Echeverria. It's number 10 forced that. That's Alasia Lung. Forced the shot. No, I guess no call. Good defense by Echeverria. I thought they had called her. So a turnover. And English getting pressed here. There is no 10-second clock in girls. Nice pass to Sams. Beautiful play. She pauses, gets her own rebound once again. Can't convert, though. Nice. They got it inside to her, but she couldn't convert. Reynoso drives the lane and gets whacked. She'll be on the line shooting, too. 17-0. Lady Bulldogs with 1:13 to go, and Reynoso shooting 2. Second foul, that time on Yardy Leiden makes the first. And the second one in. So just about a minute to go here, and Revere still has not cracked the scoring column. It's 19-0. As Reynoso with some nice ball handling. This is Lorino. Nice block by Revere that time. 33 in for Revere. Wild pass, and Lorino brings it up. Back to Reynoso, turns down the three. Here's Lorino for three. Short. Follows up her own shot nicely, but back to Revere. 33 is Erica Anderson in. 30 seconds to go. A long three, just short. English can hold for one. See if they do. No call. Looks like Echeverria works it across Rapley. Inside, Sams has position, spins. Won't go. Echeverria. Won't go. 10 seconds to go. Clock is ticking. This is Cheever. Stolen away by Reynoso. 3, 2, 1. Pulled it back out, and English pitching a shutout through one quarter. Score is 19-0 at the end of one quarter. So Revere has the ball at midcourt, looking right now to get on the scoreboard. We got the start. Looks like the starter's back in for English. That's Kelsey McNeil, number 2. Oh, a 3 rattles in and out, and that was Cheever. Came close. Erica Cheever. For English, they've got Ruiz, Echeverria, Reynoso. Number 2, Kelsey McNeil. A 3. Tickles the twine, Kelsey McNeil. A 3 from the corner, just misses. Revere's been close on the last few. Comes Reynoso with a steal. Oh, nice defense. McNeil tracks it down. Good hustle. Back out to Ruiz. To Echeverria. Short. Ruiz goes to the ground and pulls the ball away, and they set up again. Ruiz looking to get their sets up inside. Back out to Rapley. Working the ball around quickly. This is Rapley. Gets it to Ruiz. Echeverria all alone, but they missed her. A long 3 won't go. And Lynn couldn't quite get there. And Revere cannot buy a bucket. Their last 3 attempts have been close, but rimmed out. Reynoso, a little jumper from inside in the lane. Pretty shot by Kalia Reynoso. Not easy. A pull-up little runner. And English continues to dominate. Scoring the first 5 here in the second quarter. A 3 doesn't dry him, but rebound for Revere. Cheever. And looks like, let's see what the call is. Ref says it hit someone's hand, but he's looking for, he's not sure. He's looking to his co-ref here to see. That shot missed everything, and the first signal was that a Lynn English player had touched the ball, and I guess that is the call. So Cheever inbounding. Number 12 is Giordano. Number 24, O'Donnell. And the drought continues. Number 13 in. Gets it inside to Ruiz. Spins, back out. English can't miss. 13, that is, I believe that's, don't have her on my list. I believe, I have to check that. Might be Soto, but we'll have to check. And Johnson clips Catherine O'Donnell, and looks like Revere may be cracking the scoring column here as O'Donnell is at the line shooting 2, shooting 3 actually. Last bucket for English. And that one banks in, and they're on the board. Next one no good. And hits the next one. So Nelson, number 15, Nelson in for Chloe Giordano. This is McNeil, gets it up to, blocked by Alana Nelson. Excuse me, 15 for Revere is Amaya Yardy-Leiden. My mistake. Johnson back in. Ruiz, too strong. Got nice position and a nice dish from Johnson, but couldn't convert. Stolen away. Johnson pushes the ball. Too strong, though. This is Sams with the rebound and a soft little jumper for Nia Sams. She's on the board now. Chanted defense from the English bench after giving up a couple points the last time down. That ball tipped out by Revere, and the Lady Bulldogs inbounds. We're midway through the second quarter, and Revere trapping. Let's see how McNeil handles it. Gets it quickly up to Sams nicely. Ruiz with position. She had, for right now, I got to call her 13. Had a nice cutter there that she missed, but Chang in for McNeil. Chang inbounding. Out to Ruiz, quickly around the perimeter. Johnson looking for some space. Good drive. Chang turns down the 3. Back to Chang. And with 3 seconds to go, and shot clock violation as they were tied up on the court and the clock ran out. This is Yardy-Leiden into DeSimone. Both teams here with veteran teams. DeSimone is only a sophomore, though, number 24 for Revere. Long 3. And it's all Revere on the, all English on the boards. Dominating on both ends. They've got the height and the size. Soto with the shot. Ruiz back out to Johnson. Turns down the 3. Baseline drive, gets her own rebound. Fouled on the putback. Good follow by Michela. She'll be shooting 2. And we've got a timeout here with 3:07 left in the first half. All Lady Bulldogs on top, 29-2. I'll find out at halftime. Michela on the line shooting 2. First one a little short. She's got a high arc on that free throw. And a little harder to gauge. This is a pair. The first one short, the second one long. With that kind of arc, you've got to be dead on. And Lorino picks up Cheever. Could have got called for travel. DeSimone, a nice baseline drive, too strong. Rebound. One of the rare offensive rebounds for Revere, but no score. Johnson quickly to Lorino. Johnson had the three. Lorino turns it down. Nice drive. Just misses. Number 44. Also not on my roster. Should be shooting 2. First one is good. We apologize for not having those 2 names on my score sheet here. Ooh, second one rims out, but we'll get them for you the second half. Quickly down court. Pulls it back out. Yordi had a full head of speed. That was Yardy Leiden. Cross to Lorino. Working the ball nicely. Little too strong for Sam. She's got a nice touch from outside. And we're approaching 2 minutes. English in the 2-3 zone now. All English underneath. Johnson. English gets it inside. Good spin move, but a little off target. Revere with the rebound. Comes DeSimone. She handles the ball well. Strong player. Johnson goes for the steal, can't get it. Stolen back by Yardy Leiden. Good hustle underneath. This time it's Sams with a strong rebound as she yanks it away. Chang gets out of the trap. Sams brings it up to Johnson, and they settle down. Rosie Chang trying to set up the offense here. Can't turn the corner. Gets it inside to Sams. Back out to Johnson, all alone. Too strong. Under a minute. It's DeSimone. Cheever turns it down. The bank won't go. A good hustle by Revere. Cheever gets her own. And Sams, Cheever. They tie the ball up. Good hustle by both girls. Possession arrow to the Lady Bulldogs. So McNeil in along with Reynoso. Been on the bench for much of this quarter. And quickly brings it up. Reynoso. A little runner won't go, but Revere can't hang on to it. McNeil inbounds. Nice pass. Block nicely. And that'll ball go back to Revere as Lorino cut. McNeil hit her, and the Revere player was all over the ball. So a little few seconds extra on the game clock for the shot clock. Long by Cheever, and she hits that 3. First bucket of the game. The other 2 came off free throws, and Reynoso holds her hand up for 1. Under 10 seconds to go. Drives, Sams, back to Reynoso. Shot won't go, and the buzzer sounds as first half totally dominated by the Lady Bulldogs. It's 30-5 at the end of one half for English. Reynoso with 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 13 points, 11 in the first quarter. She spent much of the second quarter on the bench. Michaela Johnson with 2 threes in the first quarter, and they spread it around. McNeil has a 3, a 3 by number 13, and everyone's gotten in the action. Basically, English's smothering defense has not given Revere a chance, and right now it's a 30-5 lead for Lynn English at halftime. The Lady Bulldogs are out on the court now, and they have their starting lineup back in. At number 3 is Rosie Chang, 4 Kalia Reynoso, 15 Michaela Johnson, 23 Jessica Ruiz, and 10 is Maylin Echeverria. And it looks like Revere has got their starting lineup too, as Chang drives the lane but can't finish. This is number 24, DeSimone, with a long 3. And she connects right off the bat. So Revere quickly on the board. Inside to Ruiz, little spin move, nice. Ruiz getting position. That 3, air ball. And they say that it was hit by Lynn English. So Cheever inbounding. This is Giordano. Spins, looking English. English man-to-man. 3 won't go. Echeverria with the rebound as English dominated in the first half on the, Johnson took her eye off the ball. Ruiz stolen away, tried to get it in bounds. And Chang fighting for it, Revere fighting for it. Finally tied up. And that ball possession arrow goes to it. Says English, but it's going to Revere. English in that smothering man-to-man. DeSimone. Cheever with a strong drive, but can't finish. Back to English. Nice drive by Cheever, but her little underhand scoop didn't draw iron. DeSimone, a strong player. She's just hit a 3. That's her only bucket of the evening, but you can tell she knows how to play ball, and she's powerfully built. Revere, the players are very thin, and they're getting pushed around inside. This is Echeverria, spins the other side. Ooh, nice steal there. Stolen away by O'Donnell and converts. Stole it from Reynoso. Nice play there by O'Donnell. That's her first bucket. Ruiz comes right back, but little runner bounces off, and Revere trying to claw their way back into this game. DeSimone wanted to pass to the corner. Player moved, and she dragged her foot and got called for the travel. Number 1, Lindsay Anderson. Haven't called her name much in this game. Turnover for Lynn English as they come out a little sloppy here in the second half. They may have probably natural to think they could just coast their way through the rest of this one. But Revere putting up a bit of a challenge now. Johnson with a hard foul. She knocked DeSimone into the half court, and then she reached, and it was totally accidental. Check to see how she was doing, but just the force of that foul knocked DeSimone back on her back in the backcourt. Looked like that time Reynoso, it looked like an interception in a football game, just stepped in front of the receiver. Chang. Johnson No, 3 won't go as Reynoso almost got called for a slap. Cheever with a nice drive as Revere suddenly finding some offense. We have a blocking foul that time and good sportsmanship all around. That time they call a block on DeSimone. For Revere. Number 3, Alana Nelson replaces Lindsay Anderson, who's really been pretty much absent. She's one of the starters, but has barely touched the ball. Sams comes in replacing Ruiz. Nia Sams. Reynoso signals a play, drives the lane, beautiful play. Ooh, they call it travel, tough call. Pretty play by Kalia Reynoso. They get her for a travel. I thought that was going to be an and one, but nope. 32-12. Cheever, long 3, well short. That was Alana Nelson, who really wasn't set, and that was a good 5 feet behind the line. Just doesn't have that range. Once again, Reynoso setting things up. She goes around the back. Nice pass into Sams, steps back, and just rims out. She's got a very soft touch. Ooh, Giordano splits the defense. Good strip by Johnson. Giordano drove the lane and Johnson stripped it. Reynoso pulls it back out. Michaela Echeverria gets fouled. Let's see if they call that on the floor or shooting. They're going to give her 2 shots here. That foul is on O'Donnell. Echeverria shooting a pair. Michaela started this game with 2 quick threes, and it looked like it was going to be her night, but she's cooled off. Oh, free throw won't go. So English with only 2 points here in the third quarter. They've been outscored 7-2 by Revere. Make it 7-3 as Echeverria hits 1 of 2. That's her first point of the game. DeSimone sets a pick and then rolls. Good defense. Nelson, they leave her open. Bad pass picked off by Reynoso. Ooh, she mishandled it at the last second and her layup was off. Just as she was about to shoot, she kind of mishandled the ball. Quick hands by Reynoso, though. Nice move, but doesn't draw, and Sams goes off on Revere as Reynoso and DeSimone. That's some matchup between 2 excellent sophomores. As I mentioned, for Lynn English, Juliana Perry, who is not playing tonight, probably due to an injury in the Winthrop game last night, but Perry, Echeverria, Michaela, all seniors. Ruiz. Once again, Reynoso with the steal. This time she'll try it left-handed. Worked better that time. And she's on the board here in the third quarter. She's got an unofficial. She leads away with 15 points. And this is O'Donnell. Nice drive. Right down the lane. And Revere is playing well in this quarter. They could have come out completely demoralized, but they haven't. They've come out ready to play, and they've actually taken it to the Lady Bulldogs. Good bounce pass into Sams, and a block by Nelson. Knocked away by Revere. It'll be English inbounding with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Raven Rapley in, and MJ, Michaela Johnson, out. English having trouble getting untracked here in the third quarter. And that ball go back to Revere as Sam's cut, but the pass was a little bit late, and by the time they got to it, the Revere defender was there. Rapley picks up DeSimone at half court. This is Lorino in. A long three, too short for Nelson. Reynoso will bring it up. And Revere is now in the man-to-man. That zone was not working. Nice spin move by Sams. In and out. Lorino with the rebound. She gets, see, I believe they got a foul here. Yep, that foul was on Nelson. Echeverria takes a seat, and number 21 now. Rapley with a baseline, nice baseline jumper for Raven Rapley as she's on the board. Reynoso and DeSimone going toe-to-toe. O'Donnell kind of forced that one. Here comes Reynoso, pulls up, brings it back out. This is Lorino all alone in the corner. Just two though. They signal it two. And Revere calls a timeout, stop the momentum as English looks like they're getting ready to kick it into gear again as they've run off the last 4 points. It was 35-14. Now 39-14. English extends that lead out. We have a little over 1:08 left here in the third quarter. And Revere actually outscoring Lynn English. Well, they're all even now at 9 apiece, as English beginning to heat up a little bit. Lorino with a shot from the corner, just missed the three, just inside the arc there. And on the other side, it was Raven Rapley getting on the scoreboard. And I do have some names, but once again, I don't have number 21 on my score sheet. Yaya, we're going to call her Yaya, number 21. I guess it's the sisterhood of the Yayas out there, or one of them anyway. One Yaya. Oh, Reynoso goes hard to the floor. Good, gives up the body, and she's tied up by O'Donnell. You could hear that up here as Kalia Reynoso gave up the body to go for the ball, and that ball to Revere. Trap in the corner. Cheever gives it up all over. Reynoso had a player, but a little too much dribbling there. And head coach Charles calls a timeout as a little too much dribbling for Reynoso. She went around the back, about to get tied up. She had a player that was, took off for the basket, but she didn't see her. So Coach Charles calls a quick timeout to preserve the possession. 40 seconds left here in the third quarter. This game well in control, although once again, hats off to the Lady Patriots for not hanging their heads, coming out fighting. For them, it's Kathleen O'Donnell with 4, and DeSimone with a 3, and Cheever with a pair. And we'll finish out the third quarter here. Let's see, for Revere, a couple substitutions. Number 21 is Nina Casaneto, and number 20, Eliane Monji. And for Lynn English, number 21, Yaya is her name, at least her first name or nickname. A long three, rattles out. So 24 seconds to go. Reynoso brings it up and holding for one. Sams gives Reynoso a pick, cuts, but ball's knocked out as Sams. That ball's going to go back to Revere. I guess they say it wasn't knocked out. Pass a little too high in Revere. I don't think they're aware of the clock, though. Long three as Cheever threw it up from half court. They had about 4 or 5 seconds, but she kind of panicked and just hoisted it up. And so at the end of three complete, it's English on top by a score of 39-14. So Revere sets up in that 2-3 zone as the Lady Bulldogs head back out on the court. A couple of last second instructions from Coach Charles to Yaya. Stacey Abreu, number 44, in. And number 13 is Jarielis Perez. Those two names I did not have, but now I do. Yaya with the drive, and she gets fouled. And she's on the line shooting, too. Perez had a three in the second quarter. Nice shot, and she's in along with Abreu. And Yaya well off on that one, much too strong. That's what they sometimes refer to as a brick from the foul line. That one closer, but still not close enough. Whoa. Yardy Leiden goes around the back. Number 23, that rims out. That's Soleil Young. Coach Willis as Abreu sets up, spins, won't go. Abreu again, and she gets fouled as gets a lot of encouragement from her teammates on the bench. And here, the fans in the bleachers. Fan favorite here, Stacey Abreu, also a senior. She'll be on the line shooting, too. First one goes for Stacey. Second one, no good, but almost tracked down by Perez, but oof. Number 10, Wild. That's Alasia Lung. Wild and out of control, but able to tie up English. And they've got the ball as set a couple picks, but nothing doing. Leiden on the ground again. Perez comes away with it. Revere pulls it back, and here comes Leiden. Goes through two defenders, back out. No good. Good rebound by Yardy Leiden. As head coach, I mentioned head coach Willis. That's Lung, won't go off the top of the backboard. Good rebound. So Revere with a long possession have finally pulled away by Abreu. Willis has used most of his players. He's really gotten his girls out on the court here. As Lorino off target on her three. McNeil in, Rapley out. And for Revere, 0-0 is Isabella Cuartas. We got a travel call. Good defense there. Travel on Lung. 6-10 and counting. Perez. This is McNeil. A little short from the corner. Gets her own rebound. Nice pass inside to Abreu. Rims out. Abreu again. She gets fouled. She's on the line. Shooting 2. And for the Lady Bulldogs, nice touch by Abreu. Coach Charles has also used his bench. He's gotten I believe all his players in, at least all the players I have listed here, with the exception of, as Abreu hits a pair, with the exception of Juliana Perry, who has not made an appearance, and I'm guessing she was injured. I saw her limping at the end of last night's game. They obviously don't need her tonight, did not need her. This is Perez going strong, backs it out. But her pass is picked off. Back to Perez, and that goes, let's see what they call. Yep, they say it was knocked out by Revere. Quickly into Abreu. Bowls her way under. That ball slapped away. Abreu won't go again. Stacy Abreu staking out territory underneath. Just too strong for the Revere players. English in that 2-3 zone now. Spent much of the game in a ball-hawking man. It's a real smothering man-to-man defense that Revere just couldn't handle. Let's see who we got now. Number 13 is Francesca DeAngelis, and I believe both teams have used every player. Which is nice to see. Here comes another player for English, McNeil. And the lefty throws it in. And Revere calls a timeout. Number 20 about to sub in once again. I've consulted the Lady Bulldogs huddle account, got their roster off there, and I didn't see that. Let's see if I missed it. Well, now I do see. I believe that is Mackenzie Acevedo. And 21, that she's known as Yaya, but I think her actual name is Yavalis Soto. Or maybe it's Yavalis. We'll just go with Yaya Soto. 20, Mackenzie Acevedo is about to check in, and I believe I've had a chance to practice every name on both rosters as far as I can tell. But I might be wrong. They just keep proving me wrong. Yep, Acevedo in. Ball is stolen away by McNeil. Nice lead pass, but too far. This is Young. Good hands by McNeil. Breaks down court again. Won't go that time. But that ball is, see who scored that. Well, I don't know if that was Lorino or Perez. I couldn't really see. Nice pass. Blocked by Yaya. And she comes away. McNeil, nice pass. Beautiful lead pass to McNeil for 2. Yeah, to Kelsey for 2. Chant of defense from the Lynn English bench. And they get some as Soto goes strong to the basket. And she gets fouled. Beautiful pass by Yaya on the last play as she grabbed a rebound, saw McNeil streaking down court, and hit her in stride for the bucket. Let's see if she can convert. Her first 2 attempts were not close. That one was close, but rims out. Trying to get on the scoreboard here. We got a wholesale substitution now for Revere. It looks like the starting lineup coming back in for Revere with 3:25 to go. Yep. And Soto. Still got to work on those free throws. This is Giordano. So their starting lineup just couldn't click tonight. Cheever for 3, too strong. Lorino pulls away. Nice rebound by Maddie Lorino. She's trapped and fouled as she got trapped on the sideline where she doesn't want to be, but got bailed out by Revere. And English will be shooting as Revere with 8 team fouls. English with only 2. Lorino shooting 1-1. Banks the first one in, but it counts. Maddie Lorino. Second one almost banked in, but no. Three from the corner. She gets fouled. She's been on the line, I believe, shooting 3. She got hacked by Mackenzie Acevedo in the corner. I believe she'll be shooting 3 free throws here. No good on the first one. Misses both, but pulled down by Anderson. Cheever for 3. Almost might have gotten knocked down. She thought she got pushed, but no call. As number 2, Erica Cheever, demonstrating to the ref what happened, how she got pushed. This is McNeil, drives the lane, pretty shot. Kelsey McNeil showing some nice moves to the basket here. That's the lefty's 3rd. No good, and Lorino. This is Perez. Some nice moves. In no hurry. Yaya, ooh, a little short, gets her own rebound and fouled. She followed her shot, got her own rebound. She'd be on the line shooting 2, but she may not want to be there. She's missed her first 4 free throws, but hope springs eternal, especially in a game where there really has been no pressure on the Lady Bulldogs since the first quarter, which they in which they outscored Revere 19-0. McNeil back out to Lorino. Perez looking to get free. Acevedo in the corner turns down the shot, but McNeil doesn't. And the lefty, she's on fire here, Kelsey McNeil. And she brought her fan section here, and you can hear them erupting. 1:15 to go. This game well in hand. A three by Giordano. That's her first basket of the game. Ooh, Lorino forced that one. And we're under a minute, actually 40 seconds. Giordano with back-to-back threes. Unfortunately, she's getting hot. It's a little bit too late here. Shot clock off. Back out to Soto. May have taken a step, but puts in a bank shot and gets on the board as Yaya finally finds her way in a scoring column. Rebound, they'll hold the ball. Clock ticks down. And Lynn English with a convincing 58-21 thumping of the Revere Lady Patriots as the girls shake hands. This game never in doubt. English scores the first 19 points. They go on top. Actually, I think at one point it was 27. It might have been 24-25 to nothing, 30-5 at halftime, and they coasted the rest of the way. Revere did come out in the third quarter, played hard, and went punch for punch with English in the third quarter. It was 9-9. But English ends up with a dominating 58-21 victory to run their record to 6-1, 5-0 in the Northeastern Conference. For English, Kalia Reynoso single-handedly outscored. No, not quite, but until late in the fourth quarter she finishes with 15, scored 13 of those, 11 of those in the first quarter, and spent much of the second half on the bench. Kelsey McNeil with a strong game. She chipped in with 10. Stacey Abreu strong underneath with 6. Michaela Johnson with 2 threes to start the game, but that was it. And they didn't need a whole lot more as they cruised to a convincing win. So that'll do it for my camera people, Jessica Krish and Ariana De Jesus. This is Ken Vorspan saying we hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you the next time.